Okay, round 2, game 2 of our quality time Netrunner night on the 13th of July. So continuing on, and we have myself on the left, now playing Corp as a HB, Engine of the Future, and on the right we have Alex playing Leela, where if you score or steal an agenda, you get to bounce an unres card back to HQ. Okay, so yep, we seem happy with our starting hands, so let's kick things off. Okay. ISO over the centrals and a hedge fund. Classic, right? Thanks to the install credit, pushes me up to 10 credits. Okay. Alex is going for some drawing. I think he's drawn a Crota and a Gordian, so that's looking alright. Short gamble. And I believe that's a daily casts. Yep. Okay, so money sorted and breakers in hand. So yeah, I'm going to blue level for net 3 and 2 cards. Not much of a fan of green level clearance, really. Just, you get 2 credits and you kind of replace the green level card, but blue level, especially when you play out your hand, play cards out, and then blue level you can shoot back up, gaining money at the same time. It's usually pretty good. I think I'm just taking the credits. Yeah, I'm just going to sort this out. So yeah, Alex is getting the Crota down. I think that was a lucky find for a double. Yeah, it looks about right. Okay, so I think it's draw, Crota, lucky find. Okay, and I think that was an Eve put down. And that was almost certainly Breaker Bay Grid. First time I really gave Breaker Bay Grid a go, and it's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. And I'm going to ice something up. So already got lots of credits, got over 10 credits. That means that Alex has got quite a few as well. Installing the Fairy and the Gordian, so wow, we've got the suite set up and ready to go. So Leela can get away with just doing a bit of building, waiting. And so yes, before my turn begins, I'm going to res the Baker Bay Grid and then the Eve for 0. So I collect 2. Do man tree. Blue level again, I'm just going. And drawing 2. And putting something in front of HQ. Is that a bit of a tell that I have agendas in hand? Quite possibly. Alex goes for a draw. Installs another daily casts. Haley casts. And so he seems quite content to build at the moment. There's a second fairy. Okay, another 2 off the Eve. I think it might be time to think about this scoring remote. We're going to just do a regular draw. I think I drew into an Adonis there. Surely we're okay with the Eve. Alex seems fine to let the Eve Breaker Bay server go for now. So I'm just rolling in the cash. I think that was a second Breaker Bay. Oh no, apologies, it was Jackson. So I wonder if I've got a little bit flooded now. I'm not quite. I need a bit more time to do the scoring remote. So I think we're just going to bin. I think just bin one agenda. Blue level clearances can always come back. Yeah, time to make some change. So yeah, I think I'm looking closer to 20 credits. But then again, Alex hasn't forced me to res any ice, so that's all good. Yep, Alex is gonna have a quick look at archives. So yeah, I'm gonna pop the Jackson, take that face down. Almost certainly an agenda, and I think that was 2 hedge funds actually. I think I just opted for the single operation to give me money. And I think Alex installs a baby, the symmetrical visage. First time you click to draw a card, you gain a credit. Click in the baby. Okay, so yeah, another 2 off the eve. Manage to draw. What do we got? Installing over R&D, just showing up, so that's paying 1 but gain 1 back from the HB ID ability. And 2 remotes. Am I trying to be cheeky here and push out an agenda naked? I don't think so, so we're probably looking at maybe an Adonis and a pad. Or maybe even another Jackson. Although probably not. Okay. This is going to have a quick look, and yeah, it is indeed pad campaign. And he's going to have a look at the other one, and yeah, it's Adonis, and he's bidding that too. I think I'm okay with that trade. Obviously, I've not paid to res them. Just the 2 clicks to install. Oh, and Alex discarding an emergency shutdown. And a Plascrete. Ooh, are you sure about that? Nah, you're probably safe. So, installing a new remote. And Advanced Vance, and yeah, it's domestic sleepers, so I'm scoring that out, which means my archers come online. Leela's ability triggers, so he bounces the first HQ ice back to HQ. I think it was such that I didn't have to discard. Yeah, so I imagine one of those ice over the centrals is an archer, so kind of wanted to get to a position where I can res that archer, do some damage. He does have the fairies, so we'll probably wait until the fairies get popped on maybe architects. But, yeah, Alex installs the HQ interface, so slowly building. And yeah, we're going to have a look at HQ. And yeah, we're spending some money, spending 3. It is Eli, everyone's favourite. So forward Kuroda, and then you can see 2 cards. Turing and Victor 2.0, alright. So some good ice in there. And then discard I think there's a turntable, giving a hint to what Alex is running. And especially with me running my domestic sleepers, he scores a sleeper and he can swap that out for an agenda worth legit points. So So, gotta be careful. Let's start a new remote. Get my install credit. And install a second piece of ice. Okay, so this is possibly a bit of tell. Oh, and something's going into the remote as well. Got to be curious, but Alex is a bit low on cash, so I'm hoping that my advantage in the economy means that if he comes running, I should be able to res those pieces of ice and keep him out. Yeah, so Alex just continues to build, installs another daily casts. He's going to drive by. So if it's an asset or upgrade, it gets binned. So yeah, it is indeed an asset. So me trying to bluff out possible gender. Yeah, shoot the guns. Yeah. 2 more off Eve. And I believe I've been called over for judge duties. An issue with Sundew. Everything got cleared out, so yeah, this is where the footage tells me that Alex had a little peek at the top of R&D. Nah, you'd never do such a thing. But yeah, there was an issue with Sundew. Obviously, it pays out 2 credits if the first click the runner spends isn't to run on the Sundew. So I think on the other table we had a Sundew run on to deny the credits, and then Dan making the claim that a Sundew would then pay out on the next click because it was the first time. But no, it's after a bit of a back and forth convincing. It's if it's the first time, so if the runner doesn't run on the Sundew, it pays out. But if they do, then no payout. So playing IG over there, which meant that Sundew couldn't be trashed. But anywho's, yeah, back to our game. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for Alex. As I said, he's got the full suite up, HQ interface, so he can really start to pressure the centrals. A bit low on the money, but hopefully he's got some ideas. Probably looking for Desperado, I imagine. Desperado, perhaps he's running the security testing as well. Myself, I've got lots of credits. And yeah, so I said, first time in Break Bay Grid, and this is where you can really learn to actually be quite aggressive with the more expensive ice. I think following this, I think I've put in some Heimdall's 1.0s, which are pretty expensive barriers. Janice, because Janice is always good. Yeah, so maybe we'll cut this part out, don't know. Oh, apologies guys, this is obviously I run the Netrunner night, so if there's any issues with the other games, I'm called upon to be the bad guy and enforce rules. I think we had Ollie with the buy, who was also there to like, no, it's to back me up and confirm that's definitely the way. Clock is a ticking. This is our second game, and I think first game wasn't too long, so we're still okay. Oh, it must be awfully tempting to have a little peek at those cards.
I said no.
Okay, and we're back.
Sorry, I got completely. I lost complete track. I don't know if it's.
Remember exactly where we were. I think we just got drove by.
That was where I was at the end of my last turn. So you did the try-bait. That was it, wasn't it? You went 3 and 4, drive-by, and I haven't drawn on to 2 and 4. Oh, that was it. I've taken the Eve credit.
Yeah, so I think I just took the Eve credits and
yeah, okay.
elementary draw.
Right. I just couldn't let it stay.
Let's go for a draw. I think we're just looking for an agenda to put into that remote. Another draw. And yep, something into the remote.
Taking one. Over to you. Excuse me.
Okay, so taking 2 off-day casts, clicking for 1, drawing, it's a special order, so it doesn't need that. And KT, and a clicking off KT.
Okay, 2 off the Eve.
Some more Eve money, still lots to go, and yeah, what do we have?
Let's do a draw.
No, so I might have just put the Caprice in there. It's a new remote, I think that was an Adonis. Oh dear. And yeah, paying 2, put another rung of ice, and passing a turn. Get some change, so yeah, looking 25 plus credits there.
So what he's doing now is like doing some research. He's already about I believe that's the
Oh, and yeah, so Alex installs the turntable. Okay, so whenever the Alex scores an agenda, he can swap it for another agenda in the corpse score area. So I've got 2 domestic sleepers, and if you manage to steal one when I've actually got some, like, you know, ABTs or Vitruviuses, then be very sad. Okay, so it's a pad in the remote, and the Eve campaign finally runs out. Have we got another one in hand just to keep it going? Again, Alex has left that completely alone, and I took the full 16 off. Yeah, another one goes in there, and another one goes into right. I believe that was an APD, so I will want to advance it. But yeah, I've gone draw, install, so clicking KT, drawing, clicking for credits. Again, still a slow build up and drawing. And that's a gang sign, so whenever myself scores an agenda, he gets access HQ, and thanks to the HQ interface, you'll access 2 cards. So that's pretty sweet. And very much plays into like a Leela style of trying to get those sort of chain reaction scores.
Okay, so when I score, you'll see 2 cards, and you could possibly turntable.
So if I score one out, he gets to bounce something. He gets access HQ, he can bounce something again if he managed to get a score. And starting to open up avenues of attack. It's probably why he's left R&D for now. He's probably hoping to bounce something there, possibly hit me with an indexing, or make his eye. And yeah, it was a Vitruvius throughout, so yeah, I'm just clicks 1, 2, and 3 to advance and score that out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is a Caprice in the remote. And he's bouncing the R&D ice. And now we're doing some gang sign access. So sees Victor and sees a pad, I believe.
Well, I've got to discard some of these.
I think I'm telling Alex is if you trash it, I won't have to discard.
Technically, it's the end of my turn now, isn't it? So, trash.
He's having a good think, but no, he doesn't want me to have any more drip economy, so he bins the pad and then turns over Over to Alex. So, yep, last two off the daily casts. Clicking for one. Clearing Katie. And hitting me with the legwork. So 4 to get through the Eli. And seeing 3 cards. So he's seen 2. He's binned the pad. So this is looking got potential here. Oh, Caprice. Yep. Straight away, immediate trash. Victor. Oh, and I think that was actually... Oh no, with the HQ interface, yes, it was 4 cards, yes. So I think Caprice was the main one. I don't know if he missed that 5th card on the agenda.
Each one I've already got in my
Oh no, it wasn't a click for credit, it's a...
sleepers or opportunities.
It was the draw from the baby, yes, that's it. Yeah, and Alex plays the current traffic jams. So to score an agenda which you've already scored, you need an additional advancement for every previous agenda you've scored. So if I was to try another Vitruvius, that would need 4 to actually score it. But it would still count as over advancing, just like Shikana does. So the Vitruvius counter, I would get the Vitruvius counter as well, but just obviously couldn't score it till it got 4. And yeah, I think it was just resin the Adonis. I think I put some ice over the centrals and took some money. Still lots of bank. Draw in. And yeah, Fem. Oh, and discarding an account siphon. Yeah, it's not really... Obviously it's a boost for his economy, but it's not really putting a dent in mine, which is always good. So install new remote. And yeah, it's a Jackson, so I'm gonna res and click him to draw 2. What are we looking for? And install into the remote. Surely must be another agenda. That's the safest place to put them right now, I would say. We get some more change, so it looks like I'm actually pushing 40 credits here. I've got 30 and 5s alone. Yeah, I have exactly 40 credits. Wow. Even with having one Adonis being driven by, a pad campaign trashed, just making lots of money. I think a bit of a lucky find there. And a run on HQ, which I'm going to res the Architect. So if he spends a bit of money, he can easily break that with the Fairy. So it's that and credit. And then, yep, spending the Crota, so you'll see 2 cards, got Heimdall and a Wall of Static. Wall of Static not really doing a lot for us right now. And yep, so I'll finish the Adonis, last 3. And also 1 off the pad. And yeah, we're going 1, 2, 3. It's an ABT, so that fluffs the current. Happy to quickly point out. And I think I decline the triggering of the ABT. I've got quite a bit of ice out and quite a bit of ice in my hand. Deck doesn't run too much ice, so ABTs are always a bit risky. I think it's like pretty much 1 in 3 cards. So we're doing some gang sign. So let's break a bay. Gonna trash that for 2. And yeah, they are both the triggers, so actually he opts to do the gang sign first, then the Leela bounce. So he's going to take the inner one off R&D. And then I have to discard, so I think the Wall of Static is going to go. Well, in hindsight, that was the one I'd probably chuck away. Okay, so just the 1 ice on R&D. Again, I think possibly Alex is waiting to try and get R&D down. Nope, he's got tired of waiting, so he's going to run and see. Yep, you guessed it, an architect. He's going to bin the fairy, paying 1, and yep, going to see a card. And it's another architect. Small shake of the head there. Okay, and now he's struggling for sentries, so this is where archer play becomes interesting. I think he plays another traffic jam. It's an interesting card, I don't see it a lot, but especially when for agenda suites where you run free of, free NEPD, or like free Astros, it certainly can slow things down and stop the fast advance game for sure. Okay, something's going into the remote. I've got to pop something over R&D, possibly the architect, and I'm going to advance 1, so it's possibly the NEPD. I'm on 4 points at the moment, but with the sleepers, if I don't trash it to Archer, I can spend the whole turn to turn it into what would be my 7th point, so if that is an NAPD, we're looking good here. We've got the money, in theory, to defend, well, to res all that ice, and without a sentry breaker, I got a strong feeling that one of those must be Archer. He's got a ninja, I believe, so there is your sentry breaker. I think it's a forged activation orders. Yep, so I can afford to pay it, so I'll happily pay it. I believe that's the Heimdall 1.0, yeah, so the big barrier. I think it's something like 7 to break with Kuroda, break all the subs. Can be clicked through, of course, but... or was it a run? No, it was a run, apologies. Yeah, so he paid through the architect. I think it was an inside job, that was it. It's an inside job, so I decided to res the Heimdall. So at least he'd be forced to deal with the architect. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it is. I had to advance it 4 times, and that should have given me a Vitruvius counter. But we've not. I've obviously missed that. Should have a Vitruvius counter because it was over advanced. But as I pointed out, I'm on 6 points. On my turn, I will click domestic sleepers for a 7th. So I'm thinking like the only possible way to stop this is we're talking turntable. If he manages to pinch, say, a sleepers, you can swap that out for the 2 points. But seeing as he has now next to no money, it's looking good here. Yeah, so even with this sort of slower, sort of more glacier HP build I have, still managed to get set up pretty quickly, make a lot of money, and then push out the agendas. I don't know if it would have been better for Alex to bounce the ice on the remote rather than the centrals, but still, pressure on the centrals is always good play. So it's difficult, but he's going to run the archives. But yeah, it's all static. Yeah, no reaction. There's no agendas in there. Yeah, he's just clicking credits. So I'll draw, but yeah, as I said, click. Just click the sleepers to get the 7 points and claim a win. So let's see, full round win. And yeah, it was Caprice in the remote. Yeah, I think the leaving Breaker Bay and Eve to, and then Adonis just to get the full credits on. Probably was Alex's downfall. He pressured my my source of economies, which are all the assets, all the campaigns. then it might have been a different picture, but
I think
as it was, I managed to
I think it was two.
steadily build and then score them out.
Yeah.
So there goes round 2.
I think those I think those black sisters. Yeah.
So all we have left is the final round of the evening. So catch you for then. Bye bye.